I'm calculating an approximation of what the voltage for the ROV is going to look like. That way we can figure out if we can afford a 7th thruster for this year.
Sounds complicated.
Well, it is, because I have to go through all of the component data sheets and find the voltage for each individual component, then add them all up, and then remove all of the components that we don't necessarily need, and then add in another thruster. Then I have to do the calculations to figure out, based off the MATE safety regulations, where all of that lies. So, I got half an hour. I'm hoping to finish.
Drawing a basic SID diagram so that we have a basic plan of what we want our wiring to look like.
I am making a mock-up of me and my other peers' design.
Photos we have to take entirely, but the only idea we had requires a ton of image stretching on Photoshop, and that's like a stupid amount of code that we're going to have to write. A stupid amount of code we're going to have to write. We've had a couple of kids, including myself, working on making the photo mosaic code autonomous, which will hopefully work a lot faster than if we were to do it manually, so that's better for competition. And then we have Drew and a bunch of other people working on image recognition code and finding maybe a different way to do that from last year, which we're hoping will be a little bit better. And as far as programming is concerned, those have been basically the 3 big ones so far, unless I'm missing something, Frankie?
And I mean, tonight what I want to work on is trying to improve latency between cameras, trying to improve the code we had last year so we don't have as much of a delay between the camera on the ROV and the driver's station.
Beautiful. All right. What group wants to go next? Electrical?
Yeah, I guess electrical can go next. We've been working on the parts list and trying to come up with like a baseline fuse calculations so you know what we're working with. We already did the SIDs for both main and micro, and we're working on getting a prototype board together so we can actually start working with electronics.
Yes, and I spoke to Mr. Torrey about our DXF transfer file issue.
Okay.
She can figure that out. All right. Jess is on her way, so Mark. What's happening?
Right now we're just working on outreach. Like, we contacted Paragon Village. We're waiting for a response. And then we're going to try to teach a lesson about like the ROV to a Rotary Club. And we're also going to work with that learning center that Drew mentioned. Where's Drew? Oh, there you are. Thank you. Yeah. Oh, and me and Jess created like a motivation poster slideshow that we wanted to print out and like post here. I don't know, for like daily motivation. I don't know.
Cool. All right. Awesome. Okay. Yeah. And then I think we also talked about some other things when you weren't here yet about, you know, for some marketing things like business cards that we got.
Yeah, we're working on the business card.
And the
We're doing
photos,
housekeeping right now.
like and the photo stuff and the board and all that stuff.
I've got that all here
Yeah,
with me
perfect.
today.
Cool. Awesome. Who did I leave out? Oh, design.
Where's design?
Yeah.
In the meantime, Design's been doing some R&D into potential manipulator designs, as well as a general ROV construction with the frame and the pressure vessel. Tonight we look to further advance those efforts and, you know, keep on sailing. So.
Do we have like a general idea of what you think you want it to look like, or is it just what kind of?
Yeah, because I know
parts?
Matt,
we
Matt
were
said
making.
it's not until make a decision.
Yeah, we have a cardboard model outside of what we're thinking it's going to look like. Again, we're still narrowing out some of the details and stuff. So.
Awesome. Two parts.
I believe there was only one. I only saw one there.
There's 2.
There are 2 of them?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, they will jump on that once you're done here. Cool. Any other comments or thoughts while we have the group together? If not, I'm gonna let you all fly. Yes?
So I started looking into potential, like looking for extra funds for Villanova just so the individual families don't have to pay as much for transportation. If we decide to go with a hotel, they have to pay for less. So if you guys have any possible fundraising opportunities, anything we could do to get a little more extra cash in our banks, it would be greatly appreciated if you could just like come to me, let me know with any ideas you have. The ridiculous ideas welcome, because we want to pay what we don't want to pay as much to go to Villanova, but I'm sure that we all would want to all go and stay overnight just so we don't have to leave 2 hours extra just for transportation. So if you guys have any extra ideas for fundraising, just don't hesitate to let me know.
So for tonight, we were thinking that maybe, you know, as we move forward in the season, we should start kind of consolidating our ideas and trying to figure out, okay, which path exactly do we want to take. So we have two general ROV body constructions that we'd like to present and, you know, share, or if you guys would like to share your thoughts on any of them, please do. At the end of it, we're going to have a small little vote to determine which one we kind of want to go with. If either group would like to start. Alright, just give Nick, Sophia, your attention, they have the floor.
Okay, so me and Sophia over the past couple of meetings have been coming up with ideas about our ROV design, and she had the idea of making the ROV a hexagonal shape, as you can probably tell, and I had the idea of rotating thrusters like this, and this is not really our final prototype. We still have plenty of things to add to it. Like, we are planning on adding skids at the bottom of it, and we also, this right here, the cylinder is like where all the electric stuff will go.
It won't be this tall, but I was thinking that it would be a lot wider than last year's and a bigger diameter, so we could fit more electronics in with the width instead of the height, which we had in the past couple of years, which would make it just a flatter and more compact ROV. The vertical distance here is 20 inches, and the horizontal distance fits within the restriction. The specifics for the rotating thrusters are that they would rotate both horizontally and vertically, but also at 45-degree increments.
Katie?
Yeah, how would the entire ROV be oriented? Like, which thruster would be in the front? Would it be as it is right now? Yeah, like, would it be standing upright? Yeah, would it be standing upright?
It would be in the water like this, and this would be like the front area.
So wait, can you tilt it forward so I can see the thruster orientation? Wait, like, hold this?
Yeah,
which one would be
these are the front and back motors, yeah, and this area would be the front.
Yeah, this side.
Or, no, these areas would be the front. Go away. These areas would be the front.
Those two.
Like here and here. Or you can here. Because you're saying there's two areas.
Okay, so these are the front.
It's somewhat
Yeah, this would be the front.
yeah. Basically, this entire
Mostly these
I
two
couldn't
sides.
figure out what it was.
yeah.
And the camera would be down here at that angle. These two sides are like the main front. Okay, and then
First, I mean, I want to see something on the ROV really quick, just because I'm a little bit confused. Okay, wait. So, you said that this part would be the front, right?
this one.
Oh, this part would be the front?
Yes.
Oh, okay, then would you just turn these to the side to move them side to side? Would you rotate these to the side when you move side to side?
Yes.
Okay, also,
These are for side-to-side movement. These are also
well,
for
these would be-
rotational and side-to-side movement.
these would be front to back.
Yeah, but also rotation as well.
Yeah, yeah. And then also you said camera on top and bottom. If it's a cylindrical container, how are you thinking penetrators are gonna get in there?
I was thinking that it wouldn't be like a dome on either side at all, like we did last year. It would just be like a flat top, and penetrators would come out of the top, and the bottom.
But you said there's no camera on the top.
How are we gonna get to test
Like-
it? That's what she's asking.
not like on top,
Oh,
but
like in here?
like on the wall. I mean, I don't know that much about it, so that would be knowledgeable.
She said penetrators on top and putting a camera like in there, not in a dome.